Trump-Putin meeting, what can we expect? What needs to happen before the two actually sit down?
Yes, the Kremlin has said this morning that they're working out the details with the American side, that they've agreed that there'll be a meeting within the next few days. He said they're working on next week. They've decided on a venue, though he hasn't disclosed that yet. And he said that Witkoff raised the idea of a trilateral meeting involving not only Putin, Trump, but also Ukrainian President Zelensky, but that Russia hadn't really responded on that question, that they're focused on the bilateral talks between Putin and Trump. Clearly, what we yet don't know is whether or not that Russia will declare a ceasefire before that meeting takes place.
So, are we any closer to a ceasefire on this war? Does any of that need to happen before the two leaders sit down?
Well, I think certainly from Ukraine and Europe's point of view that they want to see a ceasefire in place before any sort of meeting takes place with Putin to try and reach a longer-term settlement. The US, too, has been pushing for a ceasefire, and that was part of Trump's deadline, the Friday deadline tomorrow, for imposing secondary tariffs on purchases of Russian oil that Putin had to agree by that date for a truce. We don't yet see from the Kremlin that there is a willingness by Putin to stop the fighting, but clearly, as they've indicated, there's a plan for a meeting within the next few days, and it would be quite surprising if there wasn't pressure on the Kremlin to agree to at least a short-term truce while that meeting took place.
Tony, I mean, will President Zelensky be there? How much of a difference does it matter on the global stage if it's a two-way meeting or a three-way meeting?
We don't yet know. I think the original proposal was that Trump would meet with Putin and then meet with Zelensky, and potentially there would be a three-way meeting involving all three leaders if those talks went well. We're waiting to see whether or not, in fact, President Zelensky is invited to this meeting and indeed where the meeting will take place next week.